Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. It's the weekend, which means only one thing. It's time for that weekly news roundup. As always, we will begin with FPGA gaming news, the MiSTer, the Analogue Pocket, and any other FPGA gaming news out there that is worth reporting. After that, we will move over to the random and retro gaming side of this video. Now, usually guys, I do have timestamps. I want to try and add timestamps, but I am a little bit pressed for time. So if you don't see timestamps out there, there's a lot of stuff that's in this video. I'll go through some of the stuff that we're going to cover. We're going to look at new releases from Harringay and his team, as well as some fixes. The developer of the Toki for MiSTer FPGA and Analogue Pocket, their latest works, updates to cores like the MiSTer PC Engine, Amiga, MiSTer Pi availability, NFC cases, and what's been made for that, for the Taki stuff. For the Analogue Pocket, we have a few new cores that have been released, a really interesting project regarding NESs and how you can modernize your old NES with FPGA technology, as well as that plenty of stuff on Zaparoo. Mario Kart's been ported over to the PCB. There's a SNES image sharpener, and I've got a discount code for that, which I'll share later in the video. We're gonna have a look at a new game coming up called Klaus Lee. 3D Sen, the 3D emulator that turns 2D NES games into 3D games, that is reached version 1.0. So just in case timestamps aren't there, I am going to try and put them in there, but let's see. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I haven't fully mentioned. So before we go further in, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. If you want to support the channel further, then join my Patreon. There you go, it's up there. There's a link to it in the description as well. And don't forget to check out the sponsor of the weekly news video. MiSTer Add-ons, an absolutely awesome family-run store that will take care of all your MiSTer FPGA needs. And don't forget to check out London's best arcade, Free Play City. Take me down to the Free Play City, where there's plenty of arcades and everyone is pretty. Anyway, guys, let's get into this week's episode. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Okay, I just said that because, hey, we can see a beautiful waterfall there. So guys, what is this game? This is the latest beta release from Harringay and his team. You're going to see me play, you're going to see me die a lot because I get mesmerized by that waterfall. Don't blame me, it just looks beautiful. So this here is Lightning Fighters, aka also known as Trigon, the latest beta release from Harringay and his team. This is on the Konami hardware, the Konami TMNT2, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time hardware. So hopefully we'll get a truly reverse engineered, accurate representation of that great arcade brawler soon. Like the Konami hardware, we're getting more and more releases on there. And guys, this game is a lot of fun. This vertical shmup is fairly challenging, and honestly, the waterfall looks so beautiful. I just kept dying again and again because I was mesmerized by this. It's available for the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket, and in order to have access to this, you will need to be a Harringay Patreon supporter. But don't worry if you're not. Once the games are tested and they're stable enough, they are released in the wild to the public as free releases. So if you've got Harringay Patreon cores switched on, or the option turned on in your MiSTer FPGA downloader options, just run up their tool and you can grab this. Guys, you see that special that I done? That's called the Hulk Beam, or it may have been renamed, right? But it's a really cool one. I didn't get to see it, but in a tracked mode I saw it, and guess what? It's a massive dragon that comes out and flies around and destroys everything. Any game with a dragon automatically becomes awesome. I mean, try and name me a dragon game, or a game that has a dragon that sucks. One doesn't come to mind. There probably is one, but hey, good memories with dragons. But anyway, have a great weekend. For anyone that is a Harringay Patreon supporter, go play this now. It's fun, it's fairly challenging, and it's a great game. So have a lightning fast Lightning Fighters weekend. Now to talk about some other fixes from Harringay and his team. So good news for people that wanted character selection in Dark Adventure, also known as Devil World. Harringay and his team have added support for player selection in those games, or in that game, right? Two different titles. Also restored sound balance for JT Sega System 18 to previous value. Hatego and team are still working on Moonwalker low volume during the Magic Dance. Remember last week when that got addressed, it kind of broke everything else, but Hatego has fixed that this week. As well as that, restored fast loading on the CPS 1 and 2 and 1.5 cores. So what happened was last week, after last week's update, when you loaded a CPS 1 or a CPS 2 game or a CPS 1.5 game, they loaded really slow. We're talking from 2-3 seconds or 5 seconds to like 15 seconds or something, and it feels really slow, especially when you're swapping between other games. But Hatego listens to feedback, and that issue has now been addressed. This game that you're seeing on screen now, so Super Hang On, files restored for Analogue Pocket, they were missing last week. And finally, added flip option to Desert Breaker via scaler for the MiSTer FPGA. A Ko-fi post here from Salau Retro Gaming. If you're unfamiliar, Salau Retro Gaming is the developer that entered the scene with a banger of a core. They brought over the famous monkey, Toki, the Toki game over to FPGA. They began by bringing it over to the MiSTer FPGA, and then they ported it over to the Analogue Pocket. Absolutely fantastic game. They also use JT Framework for their cores. Now, what was really interesting though is, even though I feel Toki is arcade perfect, obviously there is a way to get it even more accurate. So Salau, after speaking to Hatego, decided to do reverse engineering work himself and get it as accurate as possible to the arcade original. And when it was about 40% through, he says it in this Ko-fi article here, he actually found the schematics online, which meant it just made the work a lot easier for him, and he learned a lot of stuff while doing his own 40%. But what he does in this post is he speaks about finishing off Toki and then moving over to another project, which will either be another Tad Corporation game where we've got stuff like Cabal, Blood Brothers, amongst other games. I think there's another game called Legionnaire as well. So there could be, there's a few games on there, right, that are a possibility. And as well as that, they mentioned they may do a Sabu game, right? A Sabu game is stuff like what you're seeing in the top corner there in that tiny little window, which is Zero Team and Zero Team USA. As well as that, we've got other games like the Raiden games on there, Raiden 1, Raiden 2, Raiden DX, Raiden Jet. There's a whole bunch of Raiden games out there, actually pronounced Leiden. Someone told me in one of the videos that I did. So looking forward to whatever the next future work is. Amazing developer, you know, great to see new people coming over to the scene and with a bang. So really look forward to all their future works. Usually I run a video, but like I said at the beginning, I was kind of pressed for time, so we're just going to have a look at this over here. I'll add the links to the description of the video, but if you've updated or to the Saturn core via update tool, but you want further updates, you need to run the unstable build with an unstable version of the MiSTer operating system. I've got videos on how to get that going, but just want to point out that there are a lot of unstable updates for the Saturn. The STV side of the Saturn, well, they both receive updates simultaneously, but also the PC Engine TurboGrafx 16 has been receiving a lot of updates. But if we just go down here, we can see we've got an unstable update for the Mini-MIG as well, which is the Amiga Core Amstrad Sega 32X. That's something that I definitely want to check out. And obviously this one here, this is the actual MiSTer operating system, SNES, again MiSTer operating system, and the latest one to kind of pop up there is the TurboGrafx 16, aka the PC Engine. So it's well worth keeping an eye on the unstable nightly section on the MiSTer FPGA Discord server, because you can try out the latest features on there. And often, like even though they're called unstable, they're very unstable when they come here, because the real unstable stuff goes here in test builds. Just before shooting this segment, I thought to myself, let me try this out. Now, I think on, was it Friday or Thursday? I think it was Friday morning, actually. Yesterday morning, some units became available for purchase via PayPal. I've done a quick video to get the message out there. And you know what? Those videos, they're not like great videos as far as views go, but I really like doing them because a lot of you guys actually find out from my notifications, and that's why I always do these videos where, guys, it's available now. And it's really nice to get your comments on there where you're like, oh, as soon as I saw the thumbnail pop up in my YouTube feed, I ran over to my PC and I ordered one. And many of you guys were able to get one. It didn't sell out straight away. It lasted like a good 12 hours. I mean, I remember coming home from work and they were still available. However, doing this on a Saturday at 3:17 p.m. yeah, they're currently sold out. Hopefully Taki will have some more units. PayPal and non-PayPal ones as well, because on PayPal they do cost $10 more, but that's to cover the fees. And if they do come back in stock, I'll either put out a community post if I have an opportunity. I'll do a quick video to let you guys know stock is available. But congratulations to everyone that was waiting for PayPal and did manage to bag one. Congratulations to everyone that's coming over to the MiSTer family. I hope to see more of you guys on the channel. And if you did bag yourself a Taki on MiSTer, you get like a NFC kind of PCB module with it, but it is just a kind of raw PCB module. What's really cool over here, Bedroom Ninja has made a case for it, and you can download the files to 3D print yourself one from Maker World. I'm pretty sure Bedroom Ninja sells stuff as well, so if you don't have a 3D printer, you can contact him. I'll try and leave his Ko-fi link in the description of the video. If I don't, because like I said, I'm rushing, just hit me up in the comments and I'll send you a link to his shop. Maybe you can buy one, and that way you get to support people in the community that provide stuff to the community, because if you've got a 3D printer, you don't need to pay for this. He's taken the time to do the design and you can download it for free. A tweet here from D3F-Mod, the person behind the excellent ITX Ironclad cases for the MiSTer FPGA. Well, they're more than cases, they do a heck of a lot more. It really turns a MiSTer into a next level premium device. So the tweet here, finally it's the time the MiSTer FPGA Mini-ITX Ironclad Lite will be available again tomorrow for another batch. The powerful, affordable, durable and scalable I/O board for the MiSTer FPGA. So we can go over to the latest blog, but I'm going to go over to exactly the shop page where you can get these, and then you can see that they are in stock. So if you wanted to really up your MiSTer, you can certainly do that. And anyone I know that has used one of these has only spoken highly of it. Guess what? Random Monk 3, who we know for the Analogizer, has brought over his core, Xaind Sleena, which he brought over to the MiSTer. He has now ported that over himself to the Analog Pocket via OpenFPGA. And what's really interesting over here, guys, is that usually the Analogizer, when you're, for example, if you're playing the Super Nintendo core, you've got the normal version of the Super Nintendo core, and then you have to load up the Analogizer version of the core. But what they've done is this is their own core. When they ported this over, you can see in this picture over here that when you load up the core, normally you can go into the core options and choose enable Analogizer, and well, it will enable the Analogizer. So try it, Xaind Sleena. It should be available via the updaters, and if you've got an Analogizer, well, enjoy it via the Analogizer. Sometimes people on the internet get excited, and this time for good reason. So this is a tweet from Retro Game Restore. Now, I'm not affiliated with them, I've never used any of their service, I have no idea what these guys are like, but a lot of people are excited about this. So over here they're saying, yep, our FPGA-based PPU project, which I think is Power Processing Unit, RGR2 COX C0X, is charging ahead. Catch the video below for a quick look at the newest features and progress. Your feedback keeps us grinding. Let us know what you think. So let them know what you think. Now, from what I understand is this is kind of using FPGA tech to get a better output directly from your NES, right? So maybe you can get like a VGA output and you can run your NES on modern displays. Guys, please feel free to educate me. I never pretend to be a scholar. I never pretend to be someone that is like versed in electronics and really understands. In fact, I'd really like it if someone could give me a good understanding of what this is. But I know a lot of the NES folk are really excited, and if you want to check it out, naturally, I'll link this in the description. And the Zaparoo, okay, it's not Zaparoo, I just like saying Zaparoo. The Zaparoo project is just going from strength to strength. So Anotaku here says Zaparoo beta build for LibreElec and CoreElec is now available. So what's really interesting here now, it's moved from games, or originally starting as a MiSTer project, then moving over to like Batacera, moving over to Windows, and guess what now, guys, you can launch your movie collection with it. I really do think this is excellent for launching movies. If you've got like a whole load of digital movies. So Anime Otaku here, who's working here with Phoenix, that's their tag, they collaborated to make NFC movie card templates, and they're going to upload their designs to GitHub, and you can design them there. So if you're wanting to get yourself like a Predator one, I mean, that looks really, really nice. Imagine if a friend comes around, you're like, hey, pick a bunch of movies, and they pick Predator because they will. The card looks that good. And over here, you've got a QR code that takes you to the IMDb page of that particular movie. I mean, it's nice to see how this stuff is getting implemented. Then we've got the granddaddy himself, Wizzo, talking about Zaparoo. So Zaparoo Core 2.4.0 is now out. Great big release with a bunch of cool features like new terminal UI update, LibreElect, Core Elect support, movies and TV shows, improved Windows integration, and heaps of new Zap script features so you can make your cards do weird stuff. And there you go. Like, the only limit here is your imagination, guys. And we always see people like Anime Otaku just like pumping stuff out. Then here you go, that's like the project page there. Everything you see here, I'm just going to copy and paste the links I've got in the description of the video. And finally over here, look how awesome this is, right? You've got these cassette type cases. You want to watch a bit of Power Rangers? No problem. Open that cassette, take out the NFC card, slap it on the reader. Come on, anime, you're taking too long. Or scan the back to get an IMDb link. Come on, show us a scan. Are we going to see a scan in here? Or am I going to have to end this one early? Right, let's see. Does he put it on there? Does he put it on there? No, he doesn't. Okay, so theoretically speaking, you touch that on an NFC reader, it's going to launch whatever you do because that's how you've set it up. Again, getting very, very interesting. I like the fact that they're moving from games to movies. I mean, I can just imagine having, maybe I won't have the cassette cases, but having a box of cards, and when you want to watch a movie or your kids want to watch one, they go in there to pick a card, slap it on, bada bing, bada bow, you are watching that movie. Really, really interesting project. Just love where it's going. I wonder where else they're going to go. And this is really interesting here. Going and sticking to the world of NFC, well, the trade over here has found a way to launch games on the Nintendo Switch 2 using NFC. Now, this is a little bit different to the Zaparoo project. The Zaparoo project works on scripts, so you give it commands, you tap it, it just follows that command in an instant and it launches the stuff. What is happening over here is you arrange your games in a specific order. So when he's using the NFC card on this, he's telling it, I want you to go along, like, I don't know, like move 3 along, press a button, and if your game is there, it will launch it. Naturally, you can have like more complex commands. It can be further down on the list. It will need to go to see more over there and go down like 5 columns, number 4 in the row, and you can program it to do that. Now, it's very, very interesting. Let's see if something can be expanded on this, but we know like the Nintendo systems, there's limitations that you can work with, and I feel like the train is doing the best he can with the limitations Nintendo have presented. And just want to point out here, guys, Spaghetti Kart. It's the best way you're going to play Mario 64 anywhere. It now has native PC support. It's been fully reverse engineered and recompiled. So you can play this in 4K in ultra widescreen. I'm playing this in 1440p ultra wide mode, and it just feels really, really good. I mean, what a great game. I've got a video on the channel. It's kind of a tutorial, but it's so easy to get this running that I don't actually show you the tutorial. I just talk while you're seeing gameplay footage like this. It really, really is that easy. If you're a Mario Kart fan, definitely try this. This really is the best way of playing it. Hopefully HD textures will be available soon. If they're already available, guys, then let me know. Let me know where I can get them from, because a lot of people have asked for them, and I'll likely do a tutorial showing how you can add the HD textures. But in the meantime, guys, like, enjoy this. This really, honestly, I can't tell you how great this feels. Like, I'm really enjoying any of the recent compilations that natively work on the PC. They just feel better than any emulation that's out there, and it's amazing because this is a lot better than I remember on the N64. It really is that good. I want to bring attention to this store, or more like this service that's offered. So this is topvint.co.uk. Now, I've spoken to a few people in the scene, and guess what, guys? Everyone speaks really highly of this person's service. So recently, they're offering a service of, I know there's been some projects that are out that clean up the image on the SNES. Now, I've got to be really honest, guys, when I see the comparison shots, I actually like both of them. So, you know, the one that's been enhanced, or all the edges have been enhanced, and the ones where the edges haven't been enhanced, honestly, I like both. I mean, am I crazy for this? Some people see stuff and they're like, no, we want the clean up thing. Look, I get it. Maybe I like it both ways and some people prefer one way to the other. So what they're offering here is the SNEdge SNES image sharpener, and they've got examples down here. They do a send-in service, and I think you can buy this mod from them directly as well. So here's no SNEdge, and here we've got it with SNEdge. So going through them quickly with honestly, I like both of them. I've played on different TV screens, I've played on different arcade monitors, and I've seen pictures and images in different ways. But hey, if this is what your SNES currently looks like and you want it to look like this, you might want this service. Also, good news over here, they do a send-in service for mods and on lots and lots of games. Now guys, I'm going to be completely transparent here. I'm not getting a kickback from any of this. The only thing that I've asked for is, can I give you, the viewer, some kind of like discount if you're going to use this service? So I have one. I'll leave a code in the description of the video, but it is Pixel Cherry Ninja 25, as in 2025. So Pixel Cherry Ninja 25, and that will get you 10% off any send-in services. So if you want to get some kind of mod done on any of these machines, I mean, they offer quite a lot here. I'll leave a link to their website. Have a look at their services that they offer, and you can get yourself 10% off. I'm not sure if you can get 10% of this, but by all means, when you're going through checkout, put in Pixel Cherry Ninja 25 and see if you can bag yourself a bargain. So there's a lot of mods out there, but this guy, from everyone that I've spoken to, has a really good track record, and that's why I wanted to do this collaboration. Again, I want to point out, I am not getting a kickback. I'm not always about kickbacks, and if I am, I'm very open and honest about it, right? Not gonna lie, I do like a bit of cash, you know. We all spend money, but I'm getting nothing here. The only thing being offered here is 10% off for you guys. So if this is something you want, especially if you're in the UK, right? Because a lot of stuff like this might come from the USA, it might come from Europe, and there's a whole bunch of charges that might get added to that. You might pay customs, the delivery. So UK to UK, it might be cheap. Anyway, guys, check out topvent.co.uk. Remember how I tell you guys that I get offered like codes to feature games on the channel, and this is one game that I got offered a code for, and I have to say I was very intrigued about this. I thought I'll check it out, and I said, look, I'll mention it in the weekly news video, and I'm doing that now. And I went for the Nintendo Switch version. I have to say, I really did like this game. So it's pretty straightforward to play, right? One button kind of lets your jetpack fly you up, and the other button brings you down really fast. And then you've got a shoulder button where you fire a laser. Guys, this game is actually a lot of fun. It's mainly the physics that make it really good. The way you navigate around the levels, it gives you that kind of feeling, like, I guess you can describe it a little bit like, what's that game, Celeste? Something like Celeste, right? Where you're doing levels and it's very skill based. It's available, I think it's on sale at the moment. You can grab it for the Nintendo Switch. It's out for major platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and as well as that for Steam. So I've got the Nintendo Switch version. I ran it on the Switch too. Klaus Lee Thunderballs. It does really feel good. This is an emulator that I've had my eye on for some time now. I've got this emulator. I want to do a video on it. Just priorities, right? FPGA gaming always takes priority, so I probably will do one at some point. But it just looks really good. Now I like the NES. It's not my favorite system. I really wish we had like a SNES version of this. I would definitely like this a lot more. But what this does is this transforms NES 2D games into 3D. There's also a VR version available for this now that works on PC VR. So really cool, and you can move it around. So the way it's kind of set up by default, like the right analog stick moves it around, so you can change the angle of 3D. The shoulder button zooms in and zooms out, so you can play some of your classic games in. Honestly, this is such an amazing emulator. It really feels like this is like the next evolution. It is just crazy innovation. But Xaind here, the developer behind it, says, I'm incredibly proud to announce that 3D Zen PC, also the VR version, has officially hit version 1.0 and exited early access. This clip features the highlight of over 10 years of hard work and passion. Any retweet is truly appreciated, so I've retweeted that. But guys, these are 2D games. I mean, wow, just look at it. It looks really good. It doesn't run every game, but more and more compatibility is being added. I think so far it supports like 100+ games. So yeah, more and more compatibility coming. Just looks really, really good. It's currently on sale actually on Steam and itch.io. If you want to grab it, Steam with DRM, and itch.io I'm pretty sure will be DRM free. We've featured the work of Mark Max on the channel like multiple times, and for good reason. What are it doing here? So I've released my console graphics converter. It can convert a PNG image into valid retro console graphics tile data, useful for console developers who prefer to store their project's graphics as common readable portable images. So this might be very handy for you. Naturally, link in the description. I did a video on this during the week, was it? Yeah, 5 days ago. We can see that on YouTube, running a replay of that actual video. So what is this? This is Life Force, the NES version. It has been ported over to the Super Nintendo, and guess what? When you port it over to the Super Nintendo, there's no slowdown, there's no flicker, but what I really like is the soundtrack. It has MSU1 enabled sound, and guys, it's amazing. You've got a metal soundtrack, a synthesis one, you've got the arcade soundtrack in there. I mean, you can cycle through all the soundtracks, you can select your level. Guys, this is a banger. This is the best way to play this game now. Absolutely fantastic. Go try it out now.